Okay, we're here this morning with Chad. How are you doing, Chad?
Very well, thank you.
Are you with Innovative Signs?
Innovative Signs, yes.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about your business.
I've been in business for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Started out in Brookfield. This is a franchise type of a business. However, we don't pay royalties, so it's nice. It's my game, solely owned and operated. We have a lot of other operations like ours across the United States.
Yeah.
So it's a fun business to be in.
Okay, and how many team members, employees have you got?
Right now we got 5 full-time employees, including myself, and then 2 part-time.
Okay.
One is my wife, who's part-time, and she does the books, and then I have an admin assistant that works 10 hours a week.
Yeah, okay, great. So how did you come across Action International?
I met Jim at a breakfast meeting through the Brookfield Chamber of Commerce, and he came up to me and introduced himself and was very friendly, very polite, and offered me a certificate for a free 1-hour counseling to review the business. Mm-hmm. And something, timing was right. I was looking to do something, and he was there, and we got together, and it worked pretty quickly. Great.
So how many months have you been working with Jim now?
It's been 13 or 14 months. I think we were his first client back in May of 2004, mm-hmm. and so it's been about a month or a year and 2 months.
And how's that going?
It's going very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit, what some of the challenges you were looking at, or what are some of the goals that you had in the beginning of the coaching program?
Well, the challenges we've had, being a sole person doing this whole thing, doing all the sales and marketing and everything, mm-hmm. Was working a lot of hours, as every business owner does, and wanted to get away from that. I got a small family, 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, and I wanted to spend more time with them, trying to figure out how to do that. And we also have some lofty goals as far as what we want to do for revenue. We did $500,000 in sales last year, and in 3 more years we want to be at $1 million in revenue. So trying to figure out how to do that, get through the growing pains and strategize how to do that. So what Jim's allowed us to do is figure out what the goals really are and back them down into a daily process of what we have to do. Mm-hmm. As an example, I know I need to get really simplified. I need 4 appointments per day in order to get to the goal of what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So, not to oversimplify it, but that's really all I got to do. Mm.
So you've broken it down, and now you got some testing and measuring in
right.
place.
Right.
What other challenges have you faced?
Over the last year, the challenges were how to hire some people. We had to hire a second graphic designer to handle some of the workflow. Mm-hmm. We had to I wanted to hire a salesperson, which is going to help me get away from doing all the sales and kind of transfer into more of a management role. Mm-hmm. So we use this the hiring system that Action has in place, mm-hmm. and it worked out very well. It saved me a lot of time of having to go through 50 resumes. Mm-hmm. Everybody kind of weeded themselves out and just called the 800 number and gave a good response. Mm-hmm. You could weed it out down to about 5 or 6 candidates, and we could choose from there.
Yeah, and have those people been successful, the ones you've recruited?
Yeah, they're still with us.
Excellent.
So that worked.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. So what are some of the achievements that you've had? You've kind of mentioned that you've now got some specific goals laid down, and you've got some testing and measuring in place. What sort of other achievements have you accomplished in that year?
Well, I think the big thing is we were up in sales over 51% for the year. So I think it's really helped us figure out exactly what we need to be where we're going. So we're up in sales. Locally, we won a top 10 Small Business of the Year award. I think it's a direct result of what I've done with Jim and allowed me to focus on the true things that I need to focus on. Another big accomplishment is I'm doing more work from home, so I can get home at a decent time, have dinner with the kids and the family, and put the kids to bed, and then choose to work if I want to. Yeah. So it's allowed me to get more freedom. I haven't worked many weekends over the last 6 months, particularly, which is good as well.
And before that, you were pretty steady on the weekends.
I was working at least 6 days a week, sometimes 7, and not full days on a weekend, but putting some time in at least. Yeah.
So that sounds like you've got a better balance, you've got better income as well as more time.
Yeah, that's true.
And a bigger team.
A bigger team.
Yeah. So what's the plan for the future? You got more recruitment to be done to build your team to get to the $1 million?
Yeah, I'm looking for one more salesperson probably by the fall of this year, so 2-3 more months. Yeah. We're going to need one more production person probably by October, and that should be good to get us to where we need to go.
Fantastic. So what would you say to somebody who's considering taking on an Action Coach?
Probably, seriously take a look at it, consider where you're at today and what you want to accomplish, and put the thought of the cost aside and look at the benefits to that. You look at what's going to cost you to hire a second person or a third person, whatever it may be. But really, a lot of it can be done internally. You can do a lot of stuff and set the system in place to do what you have to do. And a lot of the work can be done if you delegate it properly. So, if you truly write down your goals and put them in place and implement them, you can accomplish a lot.
And do you tend to do that without having a coach calling you every week and being your unreasonable friend, shall we say?
It tends to slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one thing that that Jim does for me is, once a week I have what I call a CEO roundtable, where it's just me, and I go to breakfast with myself, and I sit down for an hour and a half, and do some business planning and do some things I need to do. So it gets me out of the office and gets me away from home, and just lets me focus. And if I happen to miss that for any particular reason, I talk to Jim. He's like, "Okay, when are you going to reschedule that?" And he puts the sense of guilt in the back of my mind that I have to do this, which is what needs to be done. So, it's not like I'm not an irresponsible person. However, he keeps me on track. Otherwise, things may slide from week to week, and things just won't get done.
Yeah.
And that's the added push that I need.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Appreciate your time. We'll look forward to seeing your next big expansion.
All right, thank you.